Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for the session under the umbrella of Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week. With you is Haya Aseer, Projects Executive at the Arab Youth Center and the Head of the Arab Youth Council for Climate Change. With me today are my esteemed guests, Mr. Ibrahim Azrabi, Head of the Green Building Council and Chief Sustainability Officer in Majid Al Futtaim and the co-founder of the Posterity Institute. With us also are the Arab Youth Council for Climate Change members, Mr. Sultan Al-Hathi and Ms. Maysam Al-Khush, and with us also Ms. Hala Hatam. Today we'll be addressing the role that Arab youth will play in building the sustainable future for the MENA region. Mr. Ibrahim, if we would start with you, would you kindly highlight for us what is the role that we are currently what are the challenges that we're currently facing in the MENA region, and what is the role of the youth to address that?
Hello, everyone. And first, I would like to congratulate the selected members of the Arab Youth Council on Climate Change, including yourself as chair, Haya. Congratulations for being selected to be part of the council. And I'm so excited and looking forward to working with each and every one of you, which I think also it will be a great opportunity for different stakeholders and the rest of the youth for the driving the agenda of sustainability in this part of the world and globally. I would like to stress out on the importance of the youth involvement to make our futures, the youth future, our future, the children's future better and more sustainable. I'm sure you all know that 2/3 of the Middle East and North Africa's population is under 35, which is gives mandates for the different governments to include the youth voices, which are becoming more crucial by day. What is more pressing than ever is for everyone, and especially youth in this part of the world, in the MENA region, to acknowledge that they are inheriting the hottest and driest region in the world. That's a fact now. We've been living with it and we will live with it. So this is the first base for youth to start with when it comes to the environmental work. So the future is already threatened by worsening conditions due to climate degradation, increasing temperatures, rising sea levels, floods, and changing patterns of rainfalls, which is impacting food security, as well as shrinking arable lands, among other geopolitical issues as well. Last summer, for example, Oman, the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, and Iraq have experienced temperatures surging above 50 degrees centigrade, which is again, it reminds us that our region is hot and one of the driest in the world. The impact of climate change, Haya, and the distinguished audience on all of us, especially the youth, goes further than to environment. It impacts us economically. So recent data stating that air pollution, for example, cost the MENA region roughly 2.2% of the total GDP, which around $80 billion in 2019. So the fight against climate change has already created new sectors recently, be it EV, electrical vehicles, solar power systems, startups on climate tech, and more. The Global Commission on the Economy and Climate has estimated that countries taking strong climate actions between 2018 and 2030 could, if they take actions, of course, by 2030 generate over 65 million new low carbon jobs and deliver at least more than $26 trillion in net global economic benefits. So there is a positive economic, socio-economic narrative of climate change if we act, and we act now. So given also the youth, the MENA youth unemployment rates, which is one of the highest in the world for the last 25 years, reaching 23% in 2020 and up to 42% for young women, climate change is a real and very near threat for such main and important stakeholder in the community and the economy. But having said that, there is, and we are witnessing a rise in environmental awareness among youth. And here comes, I think, one of the main responsibilities as you council members and for the youth, which is to ensure that your generation and the next one understands the environmental impact of their habits and behaviors. And that's so important because you can be and you will be the role model that can lead. You're the decision makers. You're already a part of the workforce. You are part of the decision making. So it's important to understand such impacts and act accordingly. The Arab Youth Council on Climate Change, I believe it's one of the first proper and true steps to engage the youth in the region and globally. You can be a core as for a global youth movement on climate change towards a greener and more sustainable future. Having said that, I am very honored and happy to announce an initiative that will help us to create role models and inspiring leaders for generations to come. That's why we are launching today Posterity 20, which is, I personally believe it's an initiative that can make a difference. And I'm very, very proud and excited about it because I believe we are creating a new platform for people who will make a difference and lead in our region and globally. Posterity 20 is the first regional initiative that identifies, celebrates, and showcases the top 20 thinkers and practitioners in sustainability in the MENA region. It was launched as an initiative in COP26 or talked about in COP26 in partnership with the UAE's Ministry of Climate Change and Environment, the Arab Youth Center, and the Arab Youth Council on Climate Change, and supported, we got our first partner and sponsor, Majd Al-Futtaim, which aims to mobilize role models like yourself to shape the region for a better future and a better tomorrow through creating a community of thinkers and regional sustainability shakers and doers who can mobilize the society, different stakeholders, and make a big difference. We also need to celebrate the most extraordinary sustainability impact leaders of our age. Posterity 20 consists of various categories that focus on different types and aspects of environmental sustainability, such as green skills, nature-based solutions, and we started to see such initiatives in the region, net zero, and climate tech. Nominations are now open, and I encourage each one of you to watch this short nomination video because you need to scan a QR code and nominate either yourself or a sustainability pioneer that you know or you would like to recommend. Once again, congratulations to everyone and in the Climate Change Council of the Arab Youth Center. And we are looking on behalf of the team at in the World Green Building Council, Posterity Institute, Majd Al-Futtaim, UN Global Compact. We are looking forward to working with you, especially as we welcome COP27 in Egypt and COP28 in the UAE. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ibrahim. Such an inspiring initiative, and let's watch the video together. So Posterity 20 will highlight the top achievers and the best of the youth who are working in that field. To hear more about the vision of the youth, we have with us Mr. Sultan Al-Harthi, a member of the Arab Youth Council for Climate Change. Sultan, if you would kindly address what is the role that Arab youth will play in building the sustainable future?
First of all, thank you for hosting me here. I just want to clarify or highlight the role of the future to really go into a more sustainable future in the end. Actually, I think the role of the youth is to be equipped with sufficient knowledge about the sustainability, and the most important thing is to understand why do we need a sustainable future, because the main problem here is some people until now they don't really know what is the term sustainability means. So we need to equip them with the enough or sufficient kind of knowledge to be able to really know the reasons first, and why do we need the future to be sustainable, and at the end they will be eager by themselves to put all the plans and to plan for a future that is really sustainable and to preserve our environment and our earth at the end of all of the things that might happen. So we have also a responsibility towards the next generation. So we need to handle this earth, this environment to them while it's really clean, while it's really sustainable, while they can really start their next step for more future or more sustainable future.
Thank you, Sultan. You addressed also the responsibility we have to preserve the earth for the upcoming generation. Ms. Maysam Al-Kush, a council member in the Arab Youth Council for Climate Change, would you kindly let us know what is the role that you as council members will play to foster that?
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. For me as a council member, and I'm sure my fellow council members are really looking forward to working with not just the in my case, the Lebanese youth, but also the wider Arab region to find solutions to the already defined and prominent problems, such as, for instance, unemployment, economic inclusion, and also equally pressing issue of the climate crisis. Addressing these issues could be done through transformative efforts, be it through equipping youth with the necessary skills for green jobs, or through involving them in the formulation and implementation of policies and programs, which in turn will increase their ownership and accountability. And finally, I'd like to encourage the youth to join us as we take concrete steps towards building more climate resilient societies. Thank you again.
Thank you, Maysam, for this motivational message. And we'll end this very brief session with a call to action. Join the Posterity Institute call, Posterity 20 call. Nominate people you know, or if you yourself are an achiever in that field, we are looking forward to receive your nominations. And that's it. This was Haya Aseer from the Arab Youth Council for Climate Change, and we look forward to seeing you in future events. Thank you.